Hi, welcome to the tutorial on data exploration target variable part 4. By the end of this topic, you will be able to identify and treat missing values, plot histogram for the target variable to see its distribution over the range. Now in the previous tutorial, we had treated outliers. Now our next step is to treat the missing values. As we have learnt earlier, whenever the values are not present or not available for a variable in a particular observation, we say that the variable contains missing values. Had it been a small dataset, we would have been easily able to identify the missing values by inspecting all the values of the variable sale price. But since this variable has 21,613 values, it is impossible to inspect each and every data point. While looking at descriptive statistics, we have already found that this variable contains 4 missing values. Another way to get this information, as we had learned previously, is by writing this code: rawhousingdata.info. From the output, it is clear that there are 4 instances where we have missing values for sale price. That is because we have total of 21,613 records and the output is showing 21,609 non-null values for sale price. These missing values can reduce the performance of the model, since any row which has missing value either for target variable or any of the independent variables cannot be used for building the model, and hence we need to treat them. There are 2 ways for treating the missing values: deletion and imputing. In the deletion method, we remove the entire row containing the missing values. This reduces the data size and is not advisable, as we might lose some valuable information in the process, especially if the data size is small. In imputing, we do not remove any values but impute or replace the missing cells using the average values or the median values or the mode values as per our requirements. But here is an important point to consider. When we are dealing with missing values in the target variable, it is not recommended to use the imputation method to treat the missing values. Now you might ask why. This is because the predictive models in machine learning learns from the target variable. Imputing the target variable will mean that the predictive model will learn from the data we are deriving and not the actual true data. As a result, we avoid the imputation of the target variable as much as we can, and deletion of the missing values in the target variable is generally preferred over the process of imputation. So, we will use the deletion method to remove the missing values in the target variable sale price. So let's write the code for removing the missing values of the sale price. For this, we will be using the drop_na function. Inside this function, we are specifying inPlace equal to true, which means that the changes will be made in the original dataset. Then we are setting access equal to 0, which means row-wise deletion will take place. Lastly, we are specifying subset equal to the sale price column, and this tells the drop_na function to row-wise deletion with respect to the missing values. Let's press Ctrl plus Enter and run this cell. The rows containing the missing values have been deleted. Let's verify this using the raw_housing_data info function. We can clearly see that the maximum count of all the columns have been reduced from 21,613 to 21,609. So we can conclude that the rows corresponding to the missing values in sale price have been removed from the dataset. Let's now see how is the spread of the data, that is, how the values are distributed over the range. For that, we'll plot a histogram. Let's write the code for building the histogram using 10 bins. plt.hist raw housing data sale price, comma bins equal to 10, color equal to green. Press Ctrl and Enter and we get a good histogram. If we draw a line connecting the edges, we get the impression of a nearly bell-shaped curve with data skewed towards lower values as we had inferred earlier based on difference between mean and median values. Also, note that the last bin has a slightly different number of values. This is due to the imputation of outliers we did previously based on the upper underscore limit values. As we have removed the missing values from the target variable, we will rename the dataset as raw underscore housing underscore prices 2.csv. So, we have now answered the last two questions as well that we should have answered while exploring the target variable. This completes our exploration of our target variable sale price. From the next topic onward, we would start exploring independent variables starting with numerical variables.